All right, guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. My name is Zach Young, and today I'm going to share with you guys something kind of personal, honestly. At the end of the day, some of you guys might know, some of you guys might not know, but I have pretty severe ADD. I've had it since I was in 7th grade, or I should say I was diagnosed right in 7th grade. And I've struggled a long time. It's been taking me many years of changing different dosages, sleeping patterns, alternatives. And of course, it's really just gone through a lot of different changes and processes where I really am just getting to know what it means to be ADD. So what I want to do, I wanted to share with you guys some rules that I have figured out that I think not only can this help people with non-ADD, but of course, especially ADD, ADHD people, if they live by some of these rules that I've really started to figure out and hone in and kind of like distill into very common, simple things, I think it really makes it happy. So these are the 3 things that I would do personally with someone with ADD to remain productive and keep, of course, a successful business running, right? So the first thing that I do every day in the morning, and there's obviously stigma around this, so I get it, consult your doctor, of course, if this is going to apply to you or if it's not going to apply to you, but personally I do take medicine. I'm not going to go into exactly what kind of medicine, but as you can imagine, it's for ADD, and it is methamphetamines, a stimulant, right? So it helps my brain because obviously I lack different chemicals in my brain. And one of the things that I have found is that if I wake up early in the morning, right? So like 7 a.m., maybe max 8 a.m., and even if, let's say, I have to wake up at 9 a.m. or whatever it is, I always wake up an extra hour before that, take my medicine, and then go back to sleep. 2 things. One thing, what it does is it allows your brain to wake up like functioning. So you have this level, like people with ADD have a common pattern of anxiety or depression that come along with ADD. And so I think that when I wake up in the morning and I have already, my brain is like running, I'm able to kind of get my day started. I'm able to get dressed quickly and I'm like do my workout or do like eat well, right? Do all these things. And it kind of just starts this like really nice footing throughout the day. And it gives me this like nice feeling of productivity versus kind of, you know, as soon as I wake up and I get up, I take my medicine, then I get started with my day, that first hour is usually really groggy and slow and methodical, and so sometimes I can put a damper on the day, right? The other thing that I do is if I have something to do, right? So let's say something brings up to me, somebody goes, hey, I need you to get XYZ done, or hey, could you help me with this, or whatever. My first instinct is to put it down. So I have a pretty simple here on my phone. I'll go ahead and I'll just pull up my notes because honestly, when information enters my brain within a matter of 10, 20 seconds, it can be gone. That thought, that reminder, whatever it is, can be gone. And I will never remember again, like not at all. And so what I recommend that you guys do is you either live by 2 things. So either one, if you're going to have something to do, right, like you have to get something done, either do it right now, right? If you don't have anything going on, do it right now. Get it done, right? Because otherwise it can start building up and then it goes back to that whole like, you know, depression thing and everything where you start feeling overwhelmed because your to-do list gets too high, right? So get it done right away. If of course you can't do it right away though, put it down in your notes, okay? And then the last thing, and this is the 3rd thing here, is that at the end of the night, before I go to bed, okay, and can be, I would say this, if you are a night owl like myself, I would probably do it before you go to bed. However, this sometimes can make it so that makes it harder for you to go to sleep. So one thing to remember is this, on average, psychologists, I pretty much agree that we have about 40 to 60,000 subconscious thoughts every single day, right? And so because we have so many thoughts throughout the day, you would assume that our brain can manage a lot of things. But consciously, our brain can only really think about 4 concepts or ideas at a single given moment. So 4. So what happens is when you write this stuff down, it allows your brain to basically do a brain dump and all the things that you think about, because another thing to remember is when you go to sleep, your brain releases a lot more serotonin than it normally does, and serotonin leads to things like creativity and actually memory. And so a lot of times people will have these thoughts, especially people with ADD, right before you go to bed, you'll actually say to yourself, oh, I forgot I got to do that thing, right? And actually a little tip, just a little golden nugget, this isn't part of the 3 main things that I do, but a little tip for everybody here. I use Google Home, and I know that sounds weird, but before I go to bed, if I'm in the middle of bed and I'm like, I gotta write this down, I don't want to turn the light on and wake back up, I'll just go, hey Google, remind me tomorrow at XYZ. It has helped me a lot recently. But besides that, what I say is this, is go ahead and put down a list of all the things that you need to do before you go and do your day tomorrow, right? So a lot of people like to call this, a lot of entrepreneurs like to call this planning your perfect day, right? So you have your list already, right? You've been creating that list all day long. What you're going to do with that list now is you're going to go through and you're going to time block exactly when it is that you're going to do it. Okay, I can't remember off the top of my head right now. I believe it's Parkinson's law, but Parkinson's law states that however much time it takes to get something done is the time in which you will take to do it. If you say, well, I have 30 days to clean my room, you're going to take 30 days to clean your room. If you have 1 hour to clean your room, you're going to take an hour to clean your room. And so keep in mind that what you can do with that is, of course, if instead of just saying, well, I'm going to just do this in the future at some point, now what you're saying is I'm going to do this at the exact same time. This is an appointment. This is an appointment with myself to do that. And that has really helped me a lot. And of course, I have a calendar. It's actually a little bit intense. I have almost every single hour of my day planned. However, I don't always follow it. If anything, I almost never completely follow it because obviously there's things that come up, right? Emergencies or, fires to put out, right? People need to chat with you, whatever it is. But the cool part about this is you can take that list. Remember, like we said, the list and also the previous day's calendar items, right? And then of course you can then just move those calendar items over to the next day, right? So I say that if you're basically wanting what it is in a nutshell, right? So first things first, go ahead and as soon as you wake up, take your medicine. If you want to, go back to sleep. Just do it like an hour beforehand and let the medicine wake you up naturally, which is kind of nice. Second thing is this, if somebody gives me something to do, I will do it right away or I will immediately write it down. Hopefully I can calendar it. If I can't calendar it on when it needs to get done, I'm just going to put it on a list. And then lastly, at the end of the night, before I go to bed, and again, if you're more of a morning person, do this first thing in the morning before you start your day. But my personal opinion is I like to get all those notes and thoughts down before the day. One, because I can kind of the idea like what time I need to go to bed, but really more because obviously I want my brain to be empty by the time I go to sleep. So go ahead and calendar out when exactly it is that you're going to do these to-do items. Those are the 3 things that I live by, and it has helped me tremendously with my ADD. I really hope that this tip and this video really helps you. If you want more tips on productivity, a little bit of ADD, but really we're going to get into more investments and businesses, please feel free to follow the channel. Again, my name is Zach Young. Thank you so much for checking out the video. I can't wait to see you guys on another video. Thanks so much. Bye.